Hi friends, it's Wellbeing Wednesday and I'm here just with a little shout out for you. Hopefully this will help your day be better in some way. My heart is breaking today because I got off the phone with a client earlier this morning who I so relate with. She was just at her wits' end. She wants to isolate. She's angry at everyone. She doesn't want to talk to anyone. She'd been avoiding my calls. She's irritable about everything. If anyone asks her to do anything, she just bites their head off. Can't. She's at her bandwidth is just tapped. And she's completely burned out. In fact, she's to the point of sheer exhaustion and has to do something for herself because she's so exhausted. And if you know, like me and so many others who are codependently killing themselves, overgiving and overdoing and trying to be everything for everybody and put everyone else first, it doesn't work. And she's experiencing that direct effect. And again, my heart just goes out to her because I know exactly how that feels. When your cup is empty and you're still trying to pour from it, it's painful, right? And if you feel me, you've been there. If you understand what I'm saying, And my advice to her was absolutely, take care of yourself for however long it takes. You first, and just say no. Everybody else, just say no. This leads me to step 2, which I have from my book, my tribute to Melody Beatty for April Stress Awareness Month, and the step work that she put on paper that's so really profound still to this day. It's been around a long time, but step 1 is, of course, admitting that you're powerless and your life is unmanageable. At some point, you have to say, Uncle, what I'm doing isn't working, obviously. And if I could do it, I would do it, and I'm not, so I can't. And admitting that is the first step. Number two is coming to believe that there just might be a greater power than ourselves that could help us to restore some semblance of sanity to our lives. And whatever that means for you and for me, we won't get into that, but really knowing that there is a power that's greater than ourselves. And for me, it's God. And I've been, and this is a great step. In this paragraph, I just love it. It says, I've been recovering for a while from code, learning how to do some self-care. Self-care isn't selfish. So when you've been recovering for a while, you still love this step and you go back to it, especially on the days when, Melody says, on the days when I forget what I know about recovery, when my mind whirls and shame returns, anger, resentment, and old messages begin controlling me. When I forget it's okay to be who I am and that it's okay to own my power, when I panic or become fearful, when I'm obsessively looking to others to make me feel better or make me feel real, I know what to do. I go back to the first step, admit my powerlessness, get my bearings, remember who I am. And then I go to the second step, to become all I'm capable of becoming. The second step, admitting there just might be a higher power, that God could help you. He does care, and He can help you get back on track and restore sanity. Then we have direction and we have our power back if we just go back to knowing that we are not alone and we are not doing this ourselves. So step 2 is super powerful. Come to believe. And some of us don't trust that that if we let go, that everything will be okay and everyone will be okay. But if we learn that if we do let go and everyone lives and no one dies and everyone has to then be on, find their own resources to be helped by someone who's not us, we'll find out that they actually do have the capacity to help themselves and that we don't have to hero them and we don't have to be victim and we don't have to be their hero, and we can be empowered, and we don't have to play the victim, villain, hero, trauma game, triangle game anymore. we can learn how to empower ourselves and coach ourselves and learn new things. That being said, Wellbeing Wednesday, we're talking at noon about getting unstuck. And if you've ever had a health goal and you've been going all full steam ahead, and then all of a sudden you get stalemated and you change your goal, and all of a sudden it's not important anymore, and all of a sudden you're changing the parameters of your goal, or you're giving up on your goal, or whatever, and getting yourself unstuck is what we're calling it. Are you stuck? Are you changing things? Are you justifying? Are you coming up with different ways of justification to not stay on track with your goal? So we had a webinar about that this week and one previous, and we're continuing the discussion about how to get unstuck if we really are justifying our and deflecting our goal because we're just afraid of setting a new of going outside the comfort zone and of learning a new skill set and doing something differently than we normally do. That requires a little bit of discomfort sometimes. So getting unstuck requires some discomfort. Getting to a goal requires some discomfort. And in terms of the Olympics, right, to get to the Olympics, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to do things differently. You got to be real, strict about getting to the Olympics if you're going to, get there. So, but it doesn't mean that, you have to give up your goal just because you're feeling tired or you're feeling depleted. So anyways, that's our conversation today about getting unstuck. So I'm happy to share that webinar with you, and hopefully you'll take some tips from Melody Beatty's work and apply it to yourself, because the more you let go and you get unstuck, the less stress you have in your life. So a lot of times the stress we're feeling is really self-generated by old stuck habits of thinking. So I challenge you to change a few of those stuck habits of thinking and admit powerlessness to those stuck habits and admit and reach out for some help to start doing some different thinking patterns so that your behaviors will follow. You're welcome to our group. I'm here for you anytime. And chances are, if I haven't been in your shoes, I know someone who has. So we're all in it together. We're all in it to win it. And we don't want to be, we want to be live it ladies. So you're welcome to our Live It Ladies group, who are actually dealing with life as it happens in real time and staying true to and committed to their goals and self-love. So we're here for you when you're ready. And I love you until then. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day. Be healthy, wealthy, safe, and happy and wise. Bye.